Well, good morning, everybody. It's buy, sell, or trade, or if you have some kind of a business and you want to put something up, by all means, you are more than welcome to put it up. So, let's see, I've got a few things I wanted to cover. One, let's start out by giving a shout out to this new group called the Community of the Silver. Now, I think this is a tremendous idea, and I wish them luck because it's a chance for all these kids to get together and to discuss silver and to make predictions about silver and to trade silver amongst themselves. And let me give you one warning: don't allow any adults in. Just do it because you kids, this is a terrific sign. You kids are out there thinking. And one other warning to you now. Presently, I think there's like 3 or 4 males in there, and uh, there's Jan Doss, uh, and it's about equal scale there because she's so smart that within days I'm sure she'll be elected president of the community community of the silver because she has a way of coming on in there and asserting herself than she should because, as I said, she's very smart. So watch out, guys. Maybe you ought to get a board to make sure there's at least 3 or 4 of you on the other side of the scale because I enjoy her and she's very talented and as I said, very smart. Now, the other thing that people have been in a little bit of a quandary about is the chart. And one person accused me of being racist, and I'll show you why. Because on the chart here, this line, if you remember, this line that descended past the point of zero value for silver was a black line, and since then I've changed it to black and blue because these guys are getting beat up. But there was no racial reference here when I said that it's not good to be black. Uh, it probably isn't in our society, and that inequality probably take generations more to work its way out. But let's talk about the chart now. Now, as I was saying, pick a color and go with it because uh, these colors will return if you know from geometry that all these lines, a line goes on infinitely unless it's you put a dot at the end of it or so signify. So all these trends will be back. Now, if they're shooting off into space due to relativity and uh, as gravity pulls on them, then eventually they'll probably work their way back here. Give them another 10 or 12 billion years. These lines may return to pass to fly by this chart, and I hope I haven't moved the chart too much because it'll throw the skew way off. Now, there's another problem here, and a problem with all charts, and it makes me sick that these people don't have no knowledge about physics at all, because one of the important ingredients is time, and and so I put this line in present, and I put this line in future, and that's what everybody's interested in. Why anybody? See, you can only go in one direction with time. You can't go back in time. So if this is the present, this is all garbage. We can't go back there. So why don't they just start the charts from here? It doesn't make any sense to have all this crap in there. So just start the charts from here, and it makes a much nicer chart. You can see there's just one little direction, and nobody knows. But then we run into a problem because we are supposed to be at the present. Now, there was a, a great thinker called Alfred North Whitehead, and in Process and Reality, he argues that what we perceive as present is the vivid fringe of memory tinged with anticipation. So I don't know that we can even put this line in here because the present, it travels, like Einstein said, the speed of light. Now, Einstein just run into some problems here the last couple of months because they think that they've recorded a neutrino traveling faster than the speed of light. Now, it might only be 0.00000001 uh, bit faster than the speed of light, but according to Einstein and relativity, that any object increases in mass as it increases in speed, and any object that reaches the speed of light is infinitely heavy. So you can't reach the speed of light with anything but a photon, or electrons or cosmic or X-rays. Uh, but you can't do it with actual physical mass. So then we run into this problem of the present, because if the present is the vivid fringe of memory, meaning that we anticipate something, and the future is it's a vivid fringe of memory tinged with that anticipation, so that when an object, like if we were in the same room and you were a foot away from me, because it takes time for your voice to get to me, and it takes time for the light to reflect off of you and go on my retina and be recorded in my brain, then I'm anticipating some things because that's the way brains work. But I'm actually seeing the past. I'm not seeing the present. So it's impossible for any two people to talk about the present because neither one of them are in the present as observable from any other position in the universe. So 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 we really should erase this line present, because nothing exists if it only exists for one person at one instant. Then we don't know if it really exists for everybody else. So we have to take that line out. Now, because we don't know if this is all going to hold together, they've been searching for the Higgs for the Higgs boson in CERN, in the Large Hadron Collider, that uh, they claim they may have actually found the Higgs, and it's the last of the bosons, and we're lucky to get that out of the way because it took us long enough to get quarks and leptons out of the way. So anyway, so therefore the chart here we have is a little incorrect, because we have to do away with the past, because time can only travel in one direction. So this is all a bunch of crap, and anybody that has a chart and has anything that's past on it, just throw that away, ignore it, because you can't go back there. And then present, we can't. We found out just by the way I explained it, and I'm sure it was so clear and lucid, that we can't know what's going on presently, because by the time they record it on television, uh, the very fact that it takes time to go through the cable and then time to go from the television to my eye, it's no longer present, it's past. So we got to throw that crap out too. So then we only have the future, and we really it's very hard to predict the future because of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So, going by Heisenberg, I would say that this chart is in reality very uncertain. So, if that helps to clear things up, then we can get back and talk about uh, today's uh, buy-seller trade, and I hope that in the future we can forget about these charts and everybody else's charts, because according to Whitehead, we can't know the present, and according to Heisenberg, we can't know the future. So if the past, we can't go back to the past, then we just might as well just stumble on. So that's what I'll be doing the rest of today. Trey will be here in a couple of minutes, and the two of us will just stumble on. So thank you for your time.